What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Center Beacon. Today we are going to talk about the Punisher Griffin. Mostly, I am just going to show you clips of me melting people's faces with this thing. There is a little bit of negativity you might have picked up on the interwebs regarding certain bots that shall not be named and certain ways to acquire them. So I thought I'd just do something fun, something positive. This is a really cool bot, a lot of fun. If you don't have a set of max punishers for one of these things, hopefully this video will convince you to do so. I have a blast with this thing. I just throw up my hanger every once in a while. It does have some strategic, or I should say even tactical, advantage in squad play. Most of these clips I put together here, I'm trying to show you me ripping off shields. There's one of them dang bots that shall not be named. I like to help my squad by tearing off the shields off of the Lances, the Carnages, whatever it is that has an energy shield, and just eat that shield up and let my buddies with Splash finish off the rest. Pardon my lag. It's so embarrassing. I don't think that guy decided to spare me. I think it just froze. Traveling for work, some of you know I travel a lot, and I don't always get the best connection, but I had enough of a connection to smash that guy right in the face. Shoot that guy for a little bit. So here's some Springfield action. What I'm going to do is just rip off the nearest energy shield for my buddy, hopefully to splash him up a little bit. You can see the shield goes down super quick. That was like a level 2 Ancile or something. I'm not really sure what that guy was thinking. He probably should have put a couple more levels into that thing before he brought it into this game. The more you run this thing, the more you'll be able to tell exactly almost what level somebody's running on something based on how quickly it disappears. See that Griff starting to disappear. I stay just out of his range. Obviously, the closer you get, the more rounds hit the target and the more damage you deal. I find these things pretty darn effective. 400 to 500 meters. I usually wait till I'm right at 500 and I'll close the gap a little bit. But even, 450 right up to 500, they work. And if all you're doing is tearing off an energy shield so your buddy with an RDB can splash that guy up, then it works really well. You start getting in under 400, and now you're kind of in dangerous ground because you're a target for other Griffs that can jump in and close the gap on you. RDBs, something you don't want to see there. If a Plasma Griff jumps in on you, that can be bad. Although, apparently nothing does more DPS than a Punisher setup like this at point-blank range. Every round has to strike the target, though. So if you get closer, you can survive it, depending on what it is, but generally I like to keep this thing around 400 meters from the target. I'm going to do a reload here. This is painful. I thought I edited out all the reloads, but here we go. 10-second reload, which honestly is fairly forgiving. This is towards the end of a match, too, so I'm just kind of jumping up in the air, just trying to dial in some damage there towards the end. You guys probably do this a lot, where you get towards the end of a match and you're basically racing your buddies to try to get in those last several thousand points of damage. So I do things I might not otherwise do, like jump up straight in the air like a freak. So this thing is about over, and I'm just going to jump up on top of this thing here in a second and just try to score those last few hits. Pretty cool effect there with the shell casings coming out all over the place. Honestly, if you're having a rough time with the game lately, you're not having fun, seriously, put in a Punisher Griffin and just go nuts. This is a pretty good team game. We had a pretty decent enemy team here on the other side of the map from us that we faced, and the whole point of this one was that we tried to drop several Punisher Griffs. I don't think it ended up working out. I think maybe only 2 or 3 of us had them. But the idea here was to show you in concert, these things are really nasty, and if you don't know what in concert means, neither do I, so I guess we're just screwed there. But you can kind of see in some of these clips here where we focus up on a guy, and if you get 2 of these Punisher Griffs at least focusing up on like a shielded bot or a Lance or whatever, they just disappear really quick. You can also use this on Canyon really effectively because of the layout and the range of that map. A lot of Anciles will go for center, and you can just tear those Anciles off and let your buddies with Trident Furies or RDBs just splash those guys up. I had a pretty good run on this map with this bot. I think I lasted like nearly 5 minutes or something. Personal best. there's some focus fire there, and you can see how quickly guys go away. So again, these are max Punishers. They don't really start to get fun until you get them to about 11. There's my buddy in the Carnage Zeus there. He's not my buddy. I don't even care about him. But he was super annoying this match. You really got to watch the Zeus Carnage. He will ruin your day every time when you're trying to run a Punisher Griff. You only have the 500 meters of range. He has 600. He can fire every 4 seconds. And he will eat you up in nothing flat. So I kind of had to alter my position on the field here. Check out what's going on over here, the middle. We had some, I think we had some randoms with us for this game. But we had some fun on this one. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just searching for another target, preferably energy shields. So my guys that are running Death Button Griffins can tear some people up. But if I can't get an energy shield, I'll take a nice squishy Griff. Starting to take some damage here. Finally starting to kind of, I'm in the sacrifice the bot mode. Not too concerned now about, I've been in this thing for a while, going on 4 minutes or whatever. So again, looking for energy shields. Even though most of my rounds are getting into that ramp there, I can still bring that thing down. Somebody else is getting on him. Now his shield's down. Now my buddy with the DB Griff, you can see that lance disappear. And that is really right there in a nutshell what we're trying to do with this video. 1, it's a hell of a lot of fun. And 2, if you really coordinate in squad play with guys that know what they're doing, it is really effective. I don't really recommend this for solo play. You'll probably be pulling your hair out, if you have any. It's not the best for solo play. It's really something you want to coordinate with at least a couple of partners. There's another guy there with a nice fat energy shield. Those shields are enormous, so you don't even really have to be dead center. And you can see there, too, you're chewing up a bit of the bot's primary health as well over top of the energy shield and the physical shield and everything. You can actually get around that guy. You have to remember that we haven't even gotten the 200% increase damage to physical shields. Like, supposedly that is still coming. And if they drop that thing at 200% over what I'm already dealing now, once I get an Ancile ripped off the top of a Lance, and start getting into the shield, a lot of your rounds do spread out and hit him in the legs and registers damage. I can't even imagine how amazing this setup will be when you're doing 200% to physical shields. Rhinos, Lances, Galahads. I'd say Gareth, but, nobody really cares about that. So, my buddy in the Zeus there, he's going to finally kind of put that bot down. That was about the end of that, but that was a good long run. This is also another cool map. The ranges on this one lend itself really well to the Punisher Griffin. I'm kind of out in the middle like a goober here. Not really the smartest thing to be doing, but we had this match pretty well in hand. And so I'm just kind of playing around here. Getting stuck on a building. That was real deft. But anything that I can see, I paired up with my partner in the RDB there. And we're just trying to, work stuff together. Finishing off bots. It's great as I jump over, spray that guy down. Hydras. Why did it have to be Hydras? Yeah, I hate those things. Effective, but so annoying. So I'm going to cap this beacon here. I'm going to lose a little bit of my bot's health, but again, it's okay. I've been in this thing for a while. More Hydras. I'm glad I cut away from that clip because I really do not want to show you me getting destroyed by Hydras. You don't get the beacon, and now I turn to look for targets of opportunity. So as I mentioned earlier, you can see all those shields. I mean, there's tons of them. You guys know how Canyon's played. Anything I can do to get rid of those shields, so if anyone has splash, like my partner up there, he's not my partner, it's a random, but good job on that guy. Anybody who has splash that can start putting effects on the target once I've ripped off the shield, it's just really cool, because people will think when they roll up with 2 or 3 Ancile Lances in the middle of Canyon, we're going to run this map over, we're going to take control. You get a Punisher Griff on them, you get a couple of RDBs or maybe a Trident Fury, and Lances start disappearing like nothing. It's really fun. So if you're just looking for something different, you're kind of sick of the same old The bots that shall not be named have got you down. Just try a Punisher Grift. If you've got some Punishers, and I know you do, I know they're laying around at like level 9 or something like mine were, and I just decided, you know what the hell, I'm just going to max them out. Try it. I really think you'll enjoy it. It'll change up the game a little bit for you. And that's it for me. As always, I will see you next time at the Center Beacon.